Gosh, is it working? Can you guys hear me? How do I do this? Oh my gosh, there's two of me. Holy crap. Hey guys. Hey Amanda, how's it going? Hey Lisa. Oh good, good, okay. Darlene, hey girl. How's it going? Hey Michelle. Hey Maggie, glad you could make it. So I was sitting here saying, you know, can you all hear me? And I'm not seeing anybody responding, right? Well, it's because dumb me had like two of the same thing up. So it was showing on the one in the background, but not the one I was looking at, of course. Excuse me. Hey, Kim, how's it going? I know, it was just like on my end, like, okay, so last week, hey Pat, how's it going? Apparently I had like an update on, like, I don't know what this software does, but it helps me stream, right? So it had an update and it had popped up like, I don't know, like the middle of the week. And, you know, I don't know crap about computers, so I just said, oh, I don't need that right now. You know, and I told my hubby, I said, oh, there's some kind of update, but I like said, remind me later or whatever. And he was like, okay, no big deal. So then I tried to get on last Friday night. It like crashed our system or something because I didn't do the update. Excuse me. It's always something. And then my hubby's not here tonight. He's at his sister's because his cousin's in town from Arkansas. And y'all, before he left, like, he was procrastinating leaving and he was kind of getting on my nerves a little bit because I'm like, go to your sister's house. You need to go hang out with your sister and your brother-in-law and your cousin, you know. I wrote everything down on how to get online and I was like, look, I'm pretty comfortable. You know, I know what I'm supposed to hit here and, you know, because I write it down. Like, you know, if I didn't write it down, I wouldn't know what I was doing. But so right before he leaves, he's like, well, I'm just going to check and make sure it's okay. Well, and wouldn't you know it, the system, like, shut down. And he was pissed, so he left. And I was like, yeah, whatever, I'll figure it out. And I did. Yay. Well, you know, it wasn't that hard. Come on. All I had to do was, like, turn the computer on, you know. So how's everybody's week been? I don't see Ken in here. I hope she's okay. How's everybody's week been? Good? Last Saturday was my great nephew's 3rd birthday party. So, yeah, we went over to my sister-in-law's and, you know, all the family was there. All of her husband's family was there. He has a huge family, so it was really cool. And, you know, of course, I mean, how much cooler can you get watching a 3-year-old open up a bunch of toys, right? So it was pretty cool. Hey, Thomas Joyce, what's up? What up? Pat, I feel ya. I feel ya. It was a long week. Crazy week, Amanda? That sucks. Yeah, it's been a long week here, too. But, I mean, we had Veterans Day off, so I think because of that, like, all day, it felt like it was, like, Friday or Saturday. So, yeah. Oh, good, Darlene. I've been keeping her in my prayers. How's it going? Oh, happy birthday, Lisa. Happy birthday. Yeah, it was my great nephew's birthday, and then my son's birthday, and then my nephew on my side's birthday. So it's confusing. I'm trying to keep everybody straight. Dawn. Oh no. Neck surgery. Yikes. Oh no. Dawn, I'm so sorry. Gosh, I went through that. I feel your pain. That's so hard. God, that's so hard. I feel bad. I watched this girl on YouTube, and I don't know, her mom died like 6 weeks ago. And her dad was in really good health, and then he passed away the other day. Yeah, it was crazy. I felt so bad for her. I bet, Amanda. Scary times with all the crap going on, you know? Wow. Oh, good, Darlene, good. Yeah, Kim, 3 neck surgeries? Good God. That doesn't sound fun. Sounds horrendous. Gosh, I hope Ken's okay. I didn't email her. Maybe I should have. I feel bad. Oh no, Dawn. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Oh my gosh. I mean, that's terrible. Holy crap. Hey, Kendra, how's it going? Dawn, good God, man. You got a lot going on. I am so sorry. Definitely what Lisa said. Definitely. Ugh, Kim, yuck. I had a friend that actually had that done, and yeah, that was tough on her. Oh, wow, 88 years young. Daggone. Yeah, I look at all these people that still have their parents, you know. They're like so fortunate, you know. Or, I mean, you know, in a blink of an eye, it seems like you get older and bam, they're gone, you know. I'm good, Kendra. Good, good, good. Long week, you know. Man. Oh, no. Dawn, good God. I am so sorry, Dawn. God, you've just been getting hit all the way around. Wow, Lisa, yuck. So, how's everybody doing as far as like COVID and the lockdown? Because I saw that like the UK is back on lockdown. Supposedly our governor, I don't know, had a thing today, and he said that like I don't even know if this is right, but like you can't buy alcohol after 10 p.m. and you're only allowed to have like, if you're outside, you can have up to 25 people. If you're inside, you can only have 10. I don't even know our numbers were bad. So I don't know. Excuse me, I can't keep track of it, you know? Dawn, oh my gosh. Good God. You're not going to be able to have back surgery. You're too busy taking care of everybody else. You poor thing. Good Lord. That's terrible. So yeah, I saw, yeah, no doubt, bad month. No doubt. What Lisa said. Good God. I mean, I feel bad for you, Dawn. Jeez Louise. I just saw, I don't know, I just saw this thing about Vegas is talking about going back on lockdown. All these places are going back on lockdown. I'm like, is that the answer? Because all these places that went on lockdown, their numbers are still going up. So I don't know if that's the answer, you know? Darlene, I know, right? I was like, I told my husband, I said, the end of January will be in mandatory lockdown. You watch. He's already talking about it. Now he's like, supposedly today, he said, oh no, that's not necessarily going to be what happens. It's like, well, your expert said that we needed to go back on lockdown. You know? Crazy. Laura Whittington, hey, from Washington State. Wow. But yeah, I don't know, y'all. I said months ago that I thought Biden was going to win. And I don't know, you guys. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. I just, I feel bad. I think he has like legitimate health issues. So it just kind of makes me angry, like, why aren't his grown kids and his wife stepping in and saying, you need to retire? You know what I mean? It's really frustrating me. Tom, he's supposed to be heading out your way. He left here at like 40 minutes ago or something. Yeah, Lisa, I don't think that's going to happen. I mean, some people sent me like emails and stuff of different people that had predicted that Trump was going to pull it out in the end. And I just don't think that's going to happen. I don't feel that. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Unfortunately or fortunately, whichever way you believe, I think Biden's in, and I don't know, I just feel bad though for him because he's just out of it. I mean, he's just out of it in left field. Lisa, yeah, that's my hubby. Mark's my hubby. Yeah. Like I said, I got emails this week, like all week, of people like that had done predictions and stuff, right? And I'm not going to mention any names, but I remember 4 years ago in 2016 when these two psychic sisters said that Hillary Clinton was going to win. And when she lost, they came out and said, oh, but she won the popular vote, so we were right. Get out of here. I can't stand when people do that shit. So I don't know. I think Biden's in, and I think he's sick, and I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know. Yeah, I saw that, Amanda. That's pretty cool. I was reading an article that it said a bunch of people that had done the vaccine, that had taken it in the trial phase, said that they felt like they were like hungover for like 3 days, and like that was the only side effect. So hopefully they'll get it out soon so we can get rid of this crap. It's getting ridiculous. Oh my gosh. So a friend of mine who lives outside of Chicago, her kids started back with like in-school learning. They started like, gosh, I want to say it was like a month ago or something. So she has two kids from the same house, right? Well, one of them got sick with like a cold. Okay, the kid got a cold, and they called her and they said, oh, you have to come pick him up and you have to pick your daughter up. So she picks him up and they're like, you have to go have him tested for COVID. And she's like, he has a cold. Like, it's a cold. Oh, no. You know, he has to be tested for COVID. She's like, he has no fever. He has none of the symptoms other than he's sneezing, you know, and his nose is runny. So she goes to get him tested. She gets the results back. She did a rapid test through like one of those emergency places where you go in, you know, that's not the emergency room. So she comes home and she calls his school and she said, hey, I just want to let you know my son had a COVID test. He's negative. He has a cold. And they were like, no, the COVID tests take a couple weeks to come back. Did you do the rapid? And she said, yeah, I did the rapid. That's what they did. Oh, no, we don't go by the rapid test. So she then had to schedule her son, and not just her son, but the other child, to go into their doctor's office or to go somewhere and get the COVID test that isn't rapid, right? Finally, it comes back negative. So she calls the school, you know, this is like a week later or something, week and a half later. And she's like, okay, both my kids tested negative. They have a cold. And they're like, okay, but technically, because they were in 2 different classrooms and they come from the same home, I'm afraid you're going to have to keep them home for another 10 days. She's like, why do I have to keep my kids home for another 10 days if they're negative for COVID? Like, that makes no sense, right? So she was just like, this is unbelievable. So she has like family and the kids are in the same school system. And she was talking to him and she was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. So she's calling the school back and saying, my kids are doing education from home. They'll do Zoom, you know, do it over Zoom. I'm not sticking with this. Like, she was so pissed. I mean, I felt bad for her, you know, because back in the day when my kids were little, if they had a cold, they stayed home from school and they went back to school the next damn day and everybody lived and it was fine, right? So, yeah. Yeah, he's not going to be in office that long because he's not healthy. Lisa, I have no problem with that, honey. I hope I'm wrong too. Yeah, Snickers, I don't know if it's Parkinson's. It looks a lot like, because he even does the shuffle at times when he walks out to the microphone, he does that little Alzheimer's shuffle. When I worked at this place, at this hospital before I got married and all that. And I worked it was on an Alzheimer's unit, but we also had like severe dementia patients on the same unit, obviously, because they have basically the same symptoms. And he acts, and the way he would just like shout when he was doing his speeches and stuff, and he would just yell at the wrong times. Like if you want to stress something, you know, then you would, but he would just yell like, hi, my name's Joe Biden. You know what I mean? Like, he would just yell at the weirdest times. And I'm like, he's got dementia or Alzheimer's. Yeah, he got dementia or Alzheimer's, I think. He's got something. And the sad thing is that the people around him should be stepping in to protect him, and they're not. Like Jill, his wife, you know? Come on. And his adult children. Ugh. Sorry. Thank you, JL. Thank you, thank you. Our 2 middle schools are out because of a shortage of teachers. Wow. I believe it, though. I believe it. Our friend across the street, she's a teacher, and she's having a heck of a time because a lot of her students like won't even get up in the morning, right? It's all at home learning, and they won't even get up in the morning and get on Zoom. So she's like, what am I supposed to do? Like fail these kids because they have parents that work full time and they don't get woken up? You know, she's like so frustrated. Hi, Louisiana lady. How are ya? Wow, all the teachers are COVID positive. Holy crap. Tiki Tutu. Hey, hey girl, hey. Kim, I said the same thing. I told my husband, I said, I would be going nuts right now if the kids were still in school. I'd be going crazy. There's no way. There's no way. I mean, thankfully, he's working from home and he knows how to work computers. So maybe it would be okay. But my biggest concern would be like if my kid didn't, something didn't happen, they couldn't get on Zoom or something. I don't know what the heck I'm doing. I mean, I'm horrible with computers and crap. Lisa. Excuse me. Aw. Please. Yeah, I'm not, look, I'm not trying to step on anybody's toes. I don't care if you're Democrat, Republican, Libertarian, I don't care what you are, okay? But kind of here's my view on it. I feel like people hated Trump so desperately, that they were willing to elect whomever, right? And I feel like Kamala, however you say her name, I feel like she was put into that spot strictly because she was a woman and because she was half African American, and I mean, I'm not trying to belittle her. I don't really know crap about her, but I think if he came to me after, she called him a racist. We all remember that, right? When they were on doing the debate to be president, and she flat out listed all the stuff and called Joe Biden a racist, right? So then fast forward a couple months later, all of a sudden Joe Biden's on the phone and he's like, oh, Kamala, yeah, hi, I want you to be my vice president. And she's like, oh, goodness, yay. No, you know what I mean? Like, I would have wanted to earn that spot. You know what I mean? Not just, oh, throw me in there because I'm a female and because I'm half black. You know what I mean? Like, sorry. And look, I don't care if you vote for Democrat, if you vote for Republican, I don't care who you vote for, okay? It just frustrates me that the first female that's going to be in office as the vice president was put there for one reason and one reason only. Because Joe Biden was told, if you pick her, she's a woman, you'll get the female votes, and she's half African American, you'll get the African American votes, and you'll get people of color from India's votes. So as far as I'm concerned, I don't feel like she earned it. You know what I mean? Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me I'm wrong, because, it wouldn't be the first time, but I look, I was, I was afraid at first, right? Like, I was like, holy crap. I was talking to my neighbor across the street and she's like, oh, we're going to be like a third world country now, and she was all worked up about it. And I kind of took a step back and had a little bit of time now to calm down, and the world didn't end when Obama was in office. The world hasn't ended with Trump in office. And chances are the world's not going to end with Biden and Harris in office. What I will say is Biden's probably not going to be the president for very long because they're going to rule that he's not competent. So Kamala is going to take over. We may be put on a mandatory lockdown. Our taxes may go through the roof. Yeah. So, I mean, there's definitely going to be a lot of changes. Depending on what side of the fence you're on, you may look at it as a positive. You may look at it as a negative. I mean, hopefully we're all going to be okay. We're going to get through it. I don't know what to say other than that, but yeah. It's just frustrating to me. I I think that's what it is just because the fear of the unknown, right? So when they were still counting the votes, and I went to bed that night and it looked like Trump was going to win, and I'm like, okay, Trump's the winner. And so I resigned myself to the fact that we were going to have 4 more years of President Trump. I went to bed. I wake up the next morning to bam, and then it was like we were back again to not knowing, right? And that's the worst part, is not knowing. Do I feel bad for the president? Yeah, I do. I don't give a crap what anybody says. You can call him a racist. You can call him whatever the heck you want. But the bottom line is, he went into office to try to help us, right? I think he succeeded at a lot of things. I think a lot of things he didn't succeed at, but I don't even know if that was his fault. You know what I mean? He's a narcissist. We all know that. He doesn't like to lose. He is the type of person, he has to bolster himself up. But you know what? Heck, he went in there and turned the economy around. So, yeah, why shouldn't we be patting him on the back for that? I'm not saying I don't, yeah. I don't know, y'all, but we all need to get ready for Biden-Harris, because that's who's coming up. Lisa, I took a friend of mine back in, I think it was like 87, and she had an abortion. And it was really tough, and it was really hard on her, and she still has problems with it to this day, I mean, she's forgiven herself, she's like, I did what I thought was right at the time, but yeah. Lisa, I wonder if she had a pretty blue dress like Monica Lewinsky. Kim, I don't blame you. Louisiana lady. I don't feel anything bad, if that's what you mean. I don't feel anything horrible. Darlene. I know, and people feel very strongly about politics, and that's your right. We're allowed to feel how we want to feel in the U.S. We're very fortunate, Lisa. So you guys, tomorrow I'm so excited. My son's girlfriend, she's coming over with her daughter, which I met her daughter, one time for, like 15 minutes or something, right? And she's like really shy. So they're going to come over tomorrow, and we're going to do Christmas crafts, and we're going to bake cookies. So of course today I was like, oh my gosh, I got to put my tree up. I have to decorate. So I was racing around today trying to get all that done. You're moving to Canada. No, Lisa, how? Y'all, I hope Ken's okay. I'm worried about her. Hopefully she's just sound asleep. Because it's like the middle of the night in Scotland, so maybe she just fell asleep. Holy crap, they changed Instagram, so now I don't know how to frickin' do anything on here. Sorry, I'm writing to Ken real quick. Yeah, Darlene, I think they totally did forget. They, I bet, Kim. I bet that's hard. But you know what? He would want you to be happy, you know? I mean, I know that's so cliche to say, but... Ah, Lisa! I'd never heard that. Okay, so Kim, you need to do me a favor and send me an email again so I can get your reading going. Let me tell you what happened last week. I was so pissed. So, this past week, right? Okay, so I knew we had, my hubby had Veterans Day off this week, so I was like, okay, let me get these readings out of the way, get stuff done, so that way, I could enjoy the day with them. Who in the heck is out there with that engine? Sorry. Oh my gosh, what do I have in my hair? Okay, so I did these readings that they were the people that were next in line. And guess what? They haven't written back to me since. I didn't send them to them. I just did them. It's just so frustrating. So, yeah. That's a great idea, Lisa. The food pantries, I'm telling you, this time of year especially, they need so much help, and especially now with COVID. The one that I helped out for 10 years, they're busy. Yeah, that's a cool idea, Lisa. It's a really cool idea. Definitely a cool idea, Lisa. Yeah, you are, Tammy. So this week is... I have 4 this week. So, Ken, you're one of those. So, Tammy, you'll be probably next week. Oh, you have a signature? That's so cool. Yeah, the church we used to go to, I don't go there anymore. But every year we did this angel tree. So we literally would get done with the food drive, around Thanksgiving. And, Minor, come here. And then we would jump right into the angel tree. So people would take the things for the angel tree, and then they wouldn't buy any of the gifts. So I was that girl that went out and ran all over God's green earth trying to find the right sizes and the right gifts. When people wouldn't get them, that was me. Thank you, Kim. Thank you. Dawn, email me. Oh, y'all notice I don't have my little, thing up here? Yeah, I didn't know how to put it back on. So I was like, it's just not going to be there. Yeah, definitely at soup kitchens and shelters. We're going to miss you, Tammy, but have fun. You're going to have so much fun. Dawn, just write to me. Email me at victoriapaxton.psychic@gmail.com. And I'll get you scheduled. Hey, Tom, are you still on? Is Mark there? That's a good idea, Kim. That's a really great idea. You can go to your local social services or just call like a large church in the area and get a family. I got you, Dawn. Just email me. Lisa, you're just full of so many good ideas. That's a really great idea. That's a really good idea. You know what else too? Like our local homeless shelter, this time of year, they want volunteers to come in and like do everything from like read to the kids to play board games with the kids. You know, the kids get antsy this time of year. Christmas is coming up. They're living in a homeless shelter. Me and my daughter years ago, we went to our local shelter and we read to the kids. We played games. I mean, I was out riding bikes with them outside. Like, you know, like the more time you can spend with them, the happier they are. And they'll be, the people are, you know, the adults are like, oh, thank you. Plus it gives the mom and dad who are also in the shelter, it gives them a break, you know. Yeah. So you may want to check into that. And you know yourself, like when you're around little kids, like it's hard to be sad. You know what I mean? Like your heart may be breaking, but for that time you're with those kids, just seeing the smile on their face is like so worth it, you know? Kim, yeah, make sure you spell psychic right. Yeah. Yeah, that's a hard one. Yeah, we have a lot of places out here. I just saw a thing that where they're asking for canned goods and non-perishable for Thanksgiving because the numbers are so up at all the food pantries now. There are so many people that are inundated. The food pantry that I was at for 10 years, we helped anywhere from like 7 families a week to 35 families a week, right? And they could only come once every 90 days. So now the minimum that they're having once a week now is like 25 families. And they've gone up to like 50 some families. So, and you know, that food pantry I helped at, you know, we didn't give out like Thanksgiving dinner because we didn't have the donations, you know, but we were the only pantry in the area that gave out fresh produce, you know, meat, not just like canned meat. We gave out like, you know, meat. And, but I saw a thing where they're like, you know, we have nothing to give people for Thanksgiving. I've got a turkey in my freezer. I think I'm going to go drop that off and, you know, go buy some groceries and to go with it and take over there and drop it off because it's just so bad right now. This one family in particular that came to the food pantry all the time that I got to know, I think they're the ones I'm going to help. You know, they've got their kids living there and their grandkids living there, and they like never have enough food, you know, which is scary because that's something we all take for granted, you know. So yeah. Yeah, that's a good idea too, Lisa. But I don't know if they'll let you like go to their house. I don't know how that works with COVID and all that. I mean, I guess it would just depend on the family, you know, if the family was okay with it. That's the other thing, like here with COVID, we have what is it called? Like an assisted living place that's real close to us. And in years past, we'd go over there and take cookies and, you know, sit around and talk to everybody. And can't even do that this year. You can't even like take cookies over there. They won't even accept them. It's crazy. That's what I'm so excited about tomorrow, because we're going to make Christmas decorations. They have Skype bingo? Wait, cool. Yeah. I always had this thing, like, I love kids and old people, right? If they're my age, yeah, I don't have a lot of patience for them, but I have a lot of patience for elderly people and for kids. Man, I meant to bring my book in here. So I've been working on a reading for this week. Crazy, you guys, crazy. Are you guys playing? You scared me. I was like, what is that noise? The dog and cat were actually playing, which, if my husband's here, they don't play together. They don't associate with one another. But when he's gone, they're fine. So yeah, so I'm working on this reading. Have you guys heard of Chris Benoit? That's one of the ones I'm working on. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Hi, the house family. How are you? Lisa. The house family. I've got readings for the next few weeks. So I could do a reading like in a month. That's the best I could do. I'm like, I got a lot going on. No, not the Benoit boss. No, he was a wrestler. Yeah. It's just a sad, sad, sad story, you guys. Like, I was wondering, like, you'll have to watch the video, but, you know, I write down, when people suggest people for me to read, I write it down, right? So I opened up my book and I went to my list and I saw his name, and immediately I had like the worst case of vertigo and my head was pounding so intensely. I was like, what in the heck is this? You know, because it just came out of nowhere, right? So sad. It's just a really sad case. I was working on that, and gosh, I can't remember who else I'm working on. Getting old, y'all. Sorry for chomping. I have a sore throat and I'm trying to like pretend like it's not there. Yeah, I'm really worried about Ken. I have to say, I hope everything's okay. I totally should have got a hold of her, but I was so busy today trying to throw the tree up and decorate and clean everything up, and it's crazy. Ah, what am I doing? Hitting the wrong thing. Sorry, guys. Okay. Sorry. Yeah, so I have a sore throat. Is it COVID? My husband just said today, he's like, wow, we've done really well. He's like, we've done so good. We haven't got COVID this, We thought that when my son had it, we thought that Mark had it, but I don't know. I took a antibodies test and it said I had never had it. Bye, Lisa. Take care, girl. Thanks for stopping in. Yeah, I'm really surprised. Like, we go to the grocery store. We don't do the at-home delivery because, frankly, every time I try to frickin' sign up for it, I can never get a slot. Or, like, the only slot that's open is, like, 2 weeks away. And I'm like, if I needed groceries in 2 weeks, I wouldn't be trying to get them now. You know what I mean? So I'm like, ugh. Oh, thanks, Darlene. Thank you. Yeah, I also was working on why can I not remember his name? Like Seth Rich. That one's coming this week too. I would have liked to have put more time into it and actually went downtown and showed you where he was killed but I don't think I'm going to have the time this week to be able to do that. At first I was like, oh, there's no way. When I was, about to start his reading, I'm like, there's no way I'm going down there. Because I thought there was going to be rioting and issues, right? So I know tomorrow, down in DC tomorrow, there's some kind of thing where, there's 250 trucks that are coming from the West Coast to DC, truckers for Trump, and then all these people that, like Trump are going to be down in DC tomorrow all day. So, that'd be another reason why I wouldn't want to. I can't go tomorrow anyway because I'm doing the Christmas crafting thing, but yeah, so I don't think I'm going to have time to do that, so I'm just going to go ahead and do his reading normally. Another sad case. Jeez. It's crazy. Oh, wow, Kim. Holy crap. Hold on, let me write her name down. I've been what I really want to do is do 1 day a week, do somebody that's recently went missing, and then another day do a regular, reconnect. But it's so hard to keep up on it. You know what I mean? Hey, Ocean Wave, what's happening? What's happening? I think I have her, actually. Kim, did you tell me to do her one other time? Did you ask me if I put her on the list? Because for some reason, I think that sounds really familiar. But then again, I was getting all those feelings when I was about to do Chris Benoit's reading this last week when I started. And I'm like, what in the crap? And then after the fact, after I connected and everything, I realized who he was, and I was like, oh, crap, okay. Because I remember when that all went down, May of 2011. Okay. Yeah, Kim, I'll definitely put him on the list because, yeah. Or put her on the list. Oh, the other thing I did this week. So, hubby was off on Veterans Day. So that night before, we went to a cemetery. And I was trying to get EVPs, right? Y'all, this cemetery is in the middle of nowhere. And I don't know why, but I'm always drawn to the cemetery. And every time I've ever went there, there's never Never been anybody near it, right? No one ever comes in there. Never. So we get there and we get everything set up, and I started using this spirit box on my phone, which I don't know. Part of me says that spirit box on the phone is BS, because what I was hearing up here was not what was going in, right? And I was trying so hard to block it out so it could strictly be on there, so you guys could, like, you know, go along with me while I'm doing this little thing. And yeah. So this lady pulls in, and of course, so our truck, it's like a maze around there, right? And so our truck is parked, because if we went in the grass, we would have been on somebody's grave. So you can't park in the grass there. There's no room. So this lady pulls in. She's like, y'all, I can't see to back up. She was getting all pissed off. And I'm just like, she finally backed up and left, right? So first I'm like, how is she here? Like, it's pitch black, you know, it's oh dark 100. It's pitch black out. So 20 minutes later, another car pulls in, and then they come like towards us. So there's one way in, one way out. They come towards us, and then they see us, and then they back up, right? Well, they don't back up to leave. They back up and go on the other side of the cemetery and park and turn their lights off. So we're out there, and I'm like, what in the heck is going on? What? So all of a sudden then everything like changes. Like, it just all of a sudden felt really eerie. And so I'm saying to my husband, like, are these people like walking around? Because you can't see. It's like pitch black there, right? So I'm like, are these people like walking around? What are they doing? You know, so I was like freaked out because of that. And then another car pulls in. And not only does it pull in and come around, but it comes right up where we are, right? And he sees us. We've got like a camera and a tripod. And so my husband's like, my truck's blocking the way. You can't get by. And he's like, oh, okay, I'll wait. Yeah. So I said to my husband, let's go. Screw it. Let's go. Excuse me. So we're leaving, right? The guy never pulled out. So I'm like, what are these people doing in the cemetery when it's pitch black in the middle of nowhere? What are they doing? You tried to Gmail me but had no luck. What? Really? It's victoriapaxton.psychic@gmail.com. Really? Huh. Where'd my pen go? Ocean Wave, try to send me another one, would you? I hate to do that, but yeah, it's been a rough time the past couple weeks, y'all. I did those readings and then never heard back from people, so I'm not doing that over again. And it's just been, yeah. And, you know, I didn't realize until I was off sick, you know, with my back being screwed up, like how much it had taken out of me. Like, it was exhausting. It was exhausting. I didn't realize, like, how wiped out I had gotten. Because, you know, if you have any kind of psychic abilities, you know, like, it drains you. And especially if you're connecting with, I don't know why, but people that have committed suicide, you know, to connect with them, it just takes a lot more out of you, you know? Yeah. So, oh, Ocean Wave, okay. Yeah, because I try so hard. Like, I know at one point I screwed up and didn't get Kim's email, but then I found it, and it's just been, I'm going to eventually, I don't know how to keep up with all, I'm trying. Oh, yeah, definitely, Ocean Wave. Definitely, honey. Yep, don't worry about it till tomorrow. What is going on with my... Woohoo! I met my 150-step goal for the hour. Yay! What's 150 steps? That's like nothing. That's nothing. What else was I going to say? There was something else I was going to bring up tonight, and I can't remember. I can't remember. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just excited about tomorrow, you guys. I'm trying to pretend like I don't have a sore throat. I'm fine. I'm good. I'm really excited about... I love my son's girlfriend. I love her to death. She's amazing. Her daughter, though, is like really shy, and this will be like the first time that I've spent any like real time around her. And you know, I'm kind of like... Sometimes I'm a lot today. I laugh a lot, I'm loud, and so I'm just looking forward to like doing something fun with her, you know, maybe to kind of break the ice a little bit. And yeah, so I told my son's girlfriend, I said, oh yeah, I'm gonna have the tree up, we're gonna be playing nothing but Christmas music, and we're gonna have a good time. Whether you want to or not. No, I'm just kidding. So I can. You know what? My son actually started taking that. His doctor suggested that to him because he was having a lot of like issues with allergies and stuff. And yeah, he said it works really well. But that's the other thing. My son's moving home. He's moving back home. Yay. No, don't get me wrong. I love my son. It's just my son and my husband. Sometimes they're a lot to take because they are so much alike. Neither one wants to admit it. And they tend to argue about the stupidest crap. Like, yeah. So... if I start doing a whole bunch of videos where I'm like in a dark cemetery all alone, y'all will know why. I moved to a cemetery, I'm camping there, and nobody's gonna bug me. That's the good thing about a cemetery. You don't have to worry about people that are alive. Well, not unless you're at this stinking cemetery that I went to the other night where the whole freaking free world was coming in there. I was so mad. I was like, what? And then I told hubby, I said, leave me alone. Go down to the other side over the hill. So, you know, I want to see if I can make this like little app thing I had work, right? And then the last guy pulled up, and that's when I was like, nope, done, out of here. Because I'm telling you, all the times I've been to the cemetery, I've never seen another human being there. Never. Never seen another live person there. I don't understand it. Yeah. Yeah, I think I may run to Walgreens. What time is it? 8:30. I think I may go to Walgreens and get some of the Zicam and try it because my throat is like killing me. I think it's probably just allergies because it was like 75 degrees and then the next day it was, you know, 50. It's just been bouncing back and forth so bad. And then it was pouring down rain for 2 days. So it was like 50 and rainy and cold and yucky. I think that's all it is. It's just like a change in the weather. Hey, Jeanette, how's it going? How are you? Yeah, I think it's definitely just because of the weather. And then we had our neighbor across the street's getting her deck redone. The people 2 doors down are getting their deck redone. So, dark 100 this morning. All you hear is like hammering. I'm like, people are sleeping. Like it wasn't even light out. I'm like, people are asleep here. Hello. I feel bad because I know a lot of people get up at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to go to work. You know? But I mean, it was like what? No, it wasn't 5. It was probably 6:30 or something. I was just like, Really, people? Really? And it's the same company that's doing each of their decks, right? So not only do you hear the hammering all day and the saws, but then you hear this guy back here screaming across the street to that guy. And they're like, the one's like, what? I wanted so bad to like run out the front of my house and run across the street and say, he said, blah, blah, blah. What's your answer? And I would run it back. I could lose a lot of weight doing that, actually. That might be a good thing. But I was just like, are you guys kidding me? Really? Isn't there like some kind of law? Like you can't be out hammering and sawing at 6 o'clock in the morning. You have to wait until like, I don't know, after 8:30 or something. There should be a law like that or something. What? Yeah, really. Well, you know, and of course, so our fence is the fence that we share with the next door neighbor. It's supposed to be like this. It's like that. And my hubby has been saying, oh, I'm gonna fix it. I'm gonna fix it. And so, I don't know, a couple weeks ago, he's like, I was like, we need to gotta get that fence fixed. And he's like, oh, I did. I go walk out there and look, and I'm like, you didn't fix it? Because we bought wood to actually physically pull up the old and put the new, right? I'm like, you didn't fix it? He's like, oh no, I shored it up, so it's fine. It's like this. I'm like, that's not shoring it up. Shoring it up like this. So then I'm like, oh, God, we've got to get that fence fixed. And then the homeowners association, they sent us this thing and said we have to paint the front of our house. And I'm like, kill me. So I have balance issues because of all the brain surgeries. So there's no way I'm getting on a gazillion foot tall ladder. I mean, I would try. I definitely would try. But to balance on the ladder and then to have paint and be paint, you know, there's no way, right? And hubby, the one thing he can't handle is getting up on a high ladder, because years ago he was working construction and he apparently fell off of a high ladder. And so he's like, because before he's like, oh no, I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint it. And I'm like, you cannot get up on that ladder all the way at the very top up there and do it. And he's like, oh. So I said, can you please go over and talk to these guys that are doing the neighbors' decks? You know, because their little sign says that they paint. Can you go talk to them and get an estimate on painting the front of the house? And I said, while you're at it, have them paint the railing out front too. And he's like, so I think he's back to thinking that he is not climbing up on that damn ladder. I will just go tomorrow and talk to Julio across the street, who's a really nice man. I'm going to go talk to him. I had words with him earlier. He's a nice person. And I'm going to say, yo, I need an estimate. Make it really cheap. No. But there's no way my husband is climbing up on a daggone ladder to do that. Oh my God, it would be my luck. He would fall, right? You're back, Lisa. Yeah, I mean, look, if it were 20 years ago, I would say to my husband, if you want to try, go ahead. But he's, you know, a lot older now. And look, I have no doubt he could get up that ladder and he could paint the front of the house, without a doubt. But I would probably be down at the bottom of the ladder holding it and having a nervous breakdown. So for me, it makes more sense. Just pay these stinking people their money and get it done. But yeah, I don't understand, like our neighbor 2 doors down who's getting her deck redone. Her deck, it's like 10 years old. And they literally like took everything down. And they're building it back. So I don't know if maybe she had a problem with it or what. But I was like... And then she's posting on the neighborhood app and stuff that she needs somebody to redo her kitchen. And then I saw today she's posting saying she needs a cleaning lady. I want to go knock on her door and say, yo, where did you come into all this money at? Because I could sure use a little bit of it over here. Because I don't know. I mean, you know... they went to closing the same day we did on their house that we did on this house. You know, so we're like the only two originals left here, right? It's like all of a sudden they're like remodeling their whole damn house. And I'm like, where are people getting this money from? Like, because sign me up. I'm interested. Jeanette, like, that's how let me tell you, the people across the street, right? They had the outside of their house painted probably, I don't know, like a month ago, right? So I'm standing out in the front yard and I was like de-weeding, you know, the flowers and stuff in the little garden. So I'm de-weeding and I'm turning around and I'm watching this guy all the way up on the ladder, you know, hanging over, painting, right? And I'm like, oh, I feel like my chest is tightening up. I'm like, oh my God, he's going to fall. He's going to fall. He had nobody holding the ladder, right? You know, it was just him by himself. And I'm like, oh my God, he's going to fall. Right? So I'm out there like having a nervous breakdown, just watching him thinking he's going to. So I was like, no, I can't do this to myself. So I went inside. But I did keep looking out and checking. And he did live. He didn't fall and he didn't die. And he's all good. But it scared the piss out of me. Oh, no. Oh, no, Kim. That was so nice of you, though. Goodness. You guys, I think I'm going to get off here. I think I'm going to go run to Walgreens. I need to get something for my throat. These little, what are they? Ricolas aren't doing anything. They're sugar-free, though. Yay. But I'm not doing it. My throat's still killing me. I'm going to go get something so I can get over this crap. So tomorrow I can do my Christmas crafts and have fun. You guys, I will see you this week with 2 videos, and I will see you next Friday night. As long as nothing bad happens in the interim. Yeah. You guys, thanks for stopping by. Say a prayer for Ken. I hope she's okay. I'm sure she is. I'm just worried, you know. Night, Ocean Wave. Let me see. Night, Kim, Dawn, Jeanette. Who else? Lisa. You guys. I can't tell who else. Darlene. Bye, Darlene. Bye, Lisa. Bye, guys. I am sorry to be getting off here early, but I need to get something for this throat. Bye, guys. Take care.